Today we are talking about career promotions. If you're a high performer who's tired of not getting promoted, then I can help you get that promotion in just 6 months. It's that simple for me. Each promotion requires 3 critical steps to unlock your promotion. In this video, we'll go through them strategically and tactically how to win at each of those steps. My name is Naveen and I have been able to speedrun director level in just 2 years. I would be lying if I hide the fact that I have struggled good amount of years before knowing how corporate even works. Cut to now and I have personally promoted more than 50 people in my career. I've cracked promotion down to a science right now. Let's get started towards the first step. The first step of the promotion ladder is to understand why someone is even promoted in the first place. If I'm your manager and you come and ask me, I need to be promoted right now. As a manager, I have created this beautiful structure which is actually working out for me. When you are asking me for a promotion, all I'm hearing is you're asking me to break this entire structure. You want me to create a space for you at another level. The last thing I want to do is really break the structure for me. You have this age old message you would have heard like, don't stop doing things which are actually working. So, why would I even break my structure in the first place? It's the same idea. The other part is that promoting you means that I need to go to management and justify why you should be getting a higher salary. And all management is looking for is, will we get some more leverage by doing this move? This leverage is the fuel through which the entire corporate engine actually runs. The more leverage you are able to bring, the higher you will go. Your manager will help you go up if you're able to showcase this part to leverage. If my circle of impact as a manager increases by promoting you without risking my current structure which I build, I will of course push for your promotion. It's that simple of an idea. So always remove, let's put this together. These two questions is what your manager is always asking himself before thinking about promoting. Am I getting more leverage? And are you going to break my structure or not? Keeping this together is very, very critical. Now that keeping these points in mind, let's go through the tactical steps of the promotion ladder. You would have thought of a lot of ideas of getting promoted, and then you would have found yourself that you don't even have time to invest on those ideas. So the first thing to solve is not to solve for the promotion, but the time required to put into that promotion. And this idea is what I call time warping. You would have found yourself saying the same thing. I just don't have the time. Promotion really requires work over and above the things you're already doing. Now, how would you find this buffer time or this time warp? And this is a problem I have faced myself. My calendar used to look as if I am the most important person in the company. And this calendar bullshit went off for the next few years. It was until I told myself that this is really how I want to be running. And I was tired calling out that I don't have the time. And it is when finally I gave myself the ultimatum. I told myself that going forward, and this would sound crazy, I just told that I'm going to work for only 2 days in a week. And mind you, the same work I'm not able to finish in 5 days. I'm telling myself that I'll get it done in 2 days. So, yeah, going forward, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays is a holiday for me. In a week, not even like more time, I was down to getting the same work done, which I used to take 5 days in just 3 days. And in a month's time, that was down to 2 days. It was this light bulb moment for me. The truth is that work will always expand to the time you will give to it. Start giving it less time, and you will see that the work gets done in a way lesser amount of time. And how do you implement this? Immediately today, yes, like literally right now. Book out 2 to 3 days in your calendar. These days, you don't take any meetings and literally just do not work. Like, think of it like you don't work these days. And I can totally understand that it would be uneasy at first because this is something you've never done before. So, sooner you would start seeing that most meetings you're doing were a complete waste of time in the first place. Ask these questions. Does this meeting help me or not? If not, so I am just not attending these meetings. Now, a good way to know whether you're successful at this is where for a good amount of 4 weeks, you would see that you are able to time warp. If you are able to do this time warping thing for like 4 weeks in a row, I think you're done with this step. And it would for sure be liberating at some level. So let's move to the next step. So we have hopefully sorted out the time part of things. You have the time, but without the right strategy in place, you're going to waste a lot of time figuring out what to do. And this is what the next step is, forming the strategy. Now, setting the strategy requires 3 pillars, and these 3 pillars have to answer your manager's 2 critical questions you have set. Your manager is, of course, asking, am I getting more leverage? Are you breaking my structure? Now, these are the pillars which you need to master. The first one is new opportunity mapping. This is the core source of leverage. Second is network mapping, which helps in knowing exactly where the organization needs this leverage. And the third one is skill mapping, which is part of don't break my structure. Now, no opportunity created means there will not be any leverage, which means there won't be any promotion. It's that simple. Now let's double click on this opportunity. An opportunity is your chance to do more work. Think of it like if you sell shoes, can you sell more shoes? Or can you sell socks as well with the shoes? These opportunities are all around you in the organization. We're just trying to figure what are these. Now, tactically, you can find opportunities in two ways. First is to look outside your organization into other companies. A lot of other companies in your industry are working on new ideas and projects which your company hasn't picked up yet. Like there's a new AI trend which everyone is adopting. Or it could be that there's a market shift which your competitors have already acted upon, but you need to do it. Like my company never did YouTube videos as a marketing channel. I saw so many peers in my industry doing that it was just a matter of proposal to the management and the project just got kicked off. And the first thing which unlocked after starting off that project was a new team under me which was got built. And this is what creating opportunities out of thin air looks like. There's YouTube going outside. Can I do it? Let's do it. You need a team. Now, the other way to create opportunity is to look inward, which is inside your company. Good internal opportunities are based on your network and understanding where the wind is blowing inside the company. That is where the second part of the strategy comes in, which is the network mapping. There's always folks in the company who know exactly which are the latest projects getting signed off and which teams are getting consolidated. The usual organization stuff. These are super critical things to know as the organization changing every day and you need to be in touch with folks who have this critical information. Now, this is how you do it tactically. Pull up the organization chart of your company. It would be sitting in any of the HRMS software your company is using. Just look for who are the critical folks in your department. Who are the folks who recently got promoted or who are the folks whose projects are getting signed off very easily. These are all signals to know who are these folks who have a sharper taste on opportunities internally. Start having regular syncs with these folks. Sooner you would have a map of opportunities either you would have found externally or mapped through the network. It is skill mapping. You need to have a view on your work like an engine. Every engine has some level of inputs and some level of outputs. The input is the work expectation and the output is the delivery. You need to start mapping what the minimum viable skill is required to get the job done. Tactically, you need to map out who your colleagues are and who can easily pick this up from you. Or it could be that you realize no one can easily pick things up in the short duration, which means hiring will be required. The entire strategy phase is to map out the exact things which will be required so that you are super surgical about your promotion. Just build the strategy, and even if you have a weak strategy at the start, this will grow into a full fledged motion once you start working on your next pillar. At the end of this step, you should have a complete opportunity map, a network map, and a skill map ready to execute. Okay, now you have the time and strategy logged in. Now, this is the last step of the ladder, which I call the gap filling stage. At this point, your manager has no clue that you can fit into the new role. Gap filling stage is to help your manager reach that insight as soon as possible. And again, and that insight is always answering that question for your manager. Am I getting more leverage? Are you breaking my structure? Okay, suppose you have the strategy in place and you have an opportunity which seems fitting. The first part is to start working on that opportunity for free for others. No one will tell you to start working on things. You just need to start giving time. If someone is already working on a similar project in your department, try to gain as much knowledge as possible. You can start by creating free work for others. Build the strategy which you want to discuss for your manager or brainstorm the idea in your network. Every answer is a right answer as long as it is signaling to your manager that you have the idea which can create more leverage. Now, the second part of it, which is you need to find a replacement for yourself once you get promoted. Filling this gap requires either hiring or colleague selection. If you already have someone reporting who can step up into that role, then it is awesome. Start delegating your work, and all communication should go out from this new person. This will help in building that internal reputation and that insight for your manager that there is more leverage possible without breaking my system. If by doing all this, your manager has the insight, you're golden. Also, we don't need to completely depend on the manager to get that insight. If you have enough juice and you have already shared that, you can be a bit more explicit about your aspirations. And for your manager at this stage, it should come out as an obvious move versus a painful conversation. Alright, guys, this was a promotion ladder. Although Each promotion can have its own set of mini hurdles to cover. And I know it because I've personally promoted 50 plus folks in my career, and I know for a fact that each promotion is a unique story in itself. I know the pain one has to go through to really crack one promotion. And you can take my help in this journey. If you want to talk to me, you can book some time in the calendar. I mentioned the link in the description below. Now, you want to get promoted. And there's a lot of other aspects to getting promoted where you need to drive strong meetings. And I've created a separate video on various meeting mistakes which people are making, which are killing their next promotion. You can check the video here. And as always, thanks for watching.